Welcome to J Unleashed. I run a variety channel and cover subjects such as dogs, dog walking, finance, precious metals, music and entertainment, geopolitics. It's a variety channel. So tonight we're watching silver prices, and I'm going to mute up and just make sure this stream is set up right, and we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so just touching base again. Welcome in C4. Good to see you. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. I just wanted to start the live stream off with the same as the thumbnail that I had. And I'm probably going to be muted most of the time. I may open up the panel if people come in. Yeah, good to see you, C4. But let's take a closer look, because it looks to me like it is going to hit 39 tonight. Here we go. Okay, so now this chart is looking very, very short term, and I'm going to zoom it right in so you guys can see the price on there even if you're on your phone. And I'll zoom back out because I think context is important. And actually, you know what? Speaking of context, it did just break through 39. It touched 39. Look at that. We had to zoom in to even see it. I'll zoom back out in a second. And then it's dropped back down. But so that's actually incredible that we achieved that. Let's zoom out a little bit so I can adjust these. So yeah, breaking news. We silver hit 39 in the last couple minutes. Let's take a look at its longer term trajectory. So that now is going back to 2007. And that's going back to the summer of 69. Interesting that my cursor stopped there instantly. July 1st, 1969, when silver was right around $1.80 an ounce. So it's gone from $1.80 an ounce to $38.97. It actually hit 39 a few minutes ago. Hey, we've got Gerald in the house. You've got Queen Selection. Welcome in, everyone. The altcoins are going insane too, says Gerald. Here, let's put this overlay on here for a second. Thank you, Queen Selection. I noticed you've been checking out a lot of my videos. I appreciate your support. Okay, so let's zoom back in. I want to see what's going on more recently. This is going way, way back. So here's a nice way to do it. We'll just go back to the beginning of 2025, which we have right here. So here is silver price for this year. We've gone from 29 to 38. This is very exciting for people that have been stocking silver for a long time. It's not such good news for people that are just thinking about it or just starting to get in. My suggestion for anyone like that is just wait for the drops. My mantra is buy low, hold high. And as we zoom out here, you can see silver price is very volatile. It has lots of runs up and lots of smackdowns. Okay, so I would say now is not the time to be going head over heels into it. But a lot of manufacturing companies right now are starting to realize that it's getting difficult to have it delivered. I like these bars a little fatter. Shows up nicer when I'm live streaming. We'll go a little further here. Here, we'll go back to the beginning of 2024. So there's about a year and a half. Hey, we've got Neil's Han Dynasty in the house. Yeah, Neil likes platinum for sure. I just wanted to document this because honestly, I was just about to shut down and flake out. And I thought, you know what? I didn't check on the silver price. I want to just check it out. And sure enough, it looked like it was making a run for 39, and it actually hit 39 a few minutes ago. I'll zoom in a minute again so you can see that. And then I'll open up the panel because I'm pretty sure Neil wants to chat. But I do want to keep it pretty closely focused on silver. Or silver, gold, platinum, precious metals. We'll keep it to that. Okay, so let's zoom in so you guys can see the very, very short term here now. See the 26 billion surplus? I did not see that, but that does sound positive. Sign that tariffs are working. Here, Neil, I'm going to drop the link for you and anyone else that wants to join the panel here. I know you like talking about precious metals, and that is the subject here, so let's put it in there. Plus, Neil, I want to make sure you are more comfortable with Restream, so if you come up, just seeing the skin and the layout of it, I think will help you out. I'm hoping you guys can see that pretty clearly on the screen. If you want me to zoom in, zoom out, or cherry pick certain times, you're welcome to request it. I can't guarantee that I'll get it. But we just hit 39 again, folks. And it looks like it's actually going to go on a tear. And if it does, I actually won't be surprised if we hit 40 this week. Here, I think we've got Neil in here. Neil's going to talk about food. Hey Neil, how's it going?
Going third party cloudy.
Oh, that sounds like pretty good weather. I'm into that.
Yeah, it's warm in the daytime, kind of cool at night. It's actually kind of like Steve Haraloa's Hawaii. It's like 85 in the daytime. It's like 69, 70 right now.
Yep.
Plants are growing like freaking crazy. Or shall I say, free silver is growing like crazy.
That's actually probably the best layout to show this, isn't it?
Uh, it's your show, sure. I mean, whatever you
Oh.
feel is best.
I'm still working, trying to keep up with the changes with them too. But
Man, I saw that too.
welcome in all the lurkers. Go ahead, Neil.
I saw that tutorial you sent me. I tried going through it, and then when it got to the chat, it said I had to upgrade my X account to premium to be able to chat.
Oh, you're
I was
going
like,
through X? I thought you were going through Google.
I used my Google. Okay, that's why I was like, what the frell?
That is weird.
Yeah, I was like, because I hooked up with both YouTube. I hooked up with Facebook, and I was like, okay, well, I don't need to hook up with X then. But it wouldn't let me fucking do the chat. And it said for me to do chat, I had to get X Premium. It's like, how the heck is this working? So I probably did something wrong, or I don't know.
Yeah, I think you did something wrong.
Probably.
Hey, Resbabo. Still affordable for my meager purchases, $40. Yep. I was saying earlier though, like I wouldn't be going head over heels into it right now. Um, you want to stay diversified, and my mantra is buy low, hold high. That's it's tough to do, but I think that's the ideal course to take.
Well, I can remember a couple months ago people saying, supposed experts, saying that you'll know silver's on the way up if it goes up and then drops back down 4, then goes up 8, drops back down 6, then goes up 10 and drops back down 8, and does wild swings like that. So if that's true, with this new uptick, I imagine it'll probably drop back down around 34, 35, and then shoot back up. But I don't know
Yeah,
if that's a true statement that all the experts were making months ago. I've
well, it
never lived
looks
through a
like,
bull
look at
run
that
before.
chart. That chart goes back to the beginning of July, which is 2 weeks, and it looks like it's melting up. And I do have a conflict of interest because I like silver and I own a little bit of it, but
Well, you got to look at that bottom number too. That bottom part of the chart you're showing.
3650. This is very
No,
short
no,
term
no.
though, folks.
The bottom part of the chart, not the top part of the chart. Is that
Very short.
flow of money in and out?
Oh, the volume. Yeah.
Volume, yeah. That's what you're gonna have to look at to see if it's sustainable or if it's gonna fall back down.
Well, let's take a look at it over the long haul.
Yeah.
There's your flow of money.
All right. It looks
That's your
like the flow
volume.
of money isn't flooding into it
Increasing
on that last green line.
dramatically.
That last green line's real small. Looks like the flow of
A
money
little bit.
stopped.
Like even before the year 2000, it's like there's almost nothing there. You know?
Yeah. Except for that last Hunt Brothers run up.
Yeah. So, just so you know, Neil, I always appreciate you and everything, and I just fired this up because I noticed I thought it was going to hit 39, and I was actually
It
going to
hit.
click out. And if you weren't here, I was probably just going to let it run for an hour, um, because I'm multitasking at the same time.
I can hop down. It's not a problem at all, bro.
Well, what I was going to say is you're welcome to stay up here, and if you want to do what you got to
No,
do.
this is your show, brother. I already did a live stream today.
Yeah, I know it's tough to keep up with everyone, huh?
It's all good, brother.
No, why did that go away over there? It's because we went really long term on that. Let's go short term again so we can see. Yeah, we're holding over 39.
Yeah, so it is over 39. As I said, I thought it was over 39.
Incredible.
Oh, by the way, speaking of, I said I was going to talk about food. If you want to make sweet beignets, if you know what they are, they're little small French pastry. Get the 99-cent biscuits that are flake biscuits, and break one biscuit open and flake it apart and throw that in hot oil, and it'll puff up like a beignet, and then just pour some powdered sugar over it, and basically you have a beignet. You can get about 40 of them for about 10 cents.
That sounds
It's
pretty good.
good for like kids parties and stuff like that. You know, a real cheap. You know, you can call it a beignet because it's pretty much that's what it is. But you know, it's just basically a donut. Real cheap, easy, fast.
Yeah.
What's
We've
up,
got
Mike?
Mike Herrera. Mike Herrera in the house. Welcome in.
See, I told you I was going to talk about food.
You're welcome to it. You are welcome. I like food too. Something we all need. Actually, let's.
Oh man, I got like on one of my watermelon plants over 40 flowers.
That's
That means
great.
what? That means I'm going to have over 40 watermelons on just one of my plants.
So on your screen, can you see that that says 39?
It's
Or is it?
39.035030065. It keeps changing.
Okay.
Right now it's at 39.03065. Now it says 39.07770.
Okay. Good. I just wanted to make sure I've got it zoomed in enough because I like to have the context, like where it's got May, June, July at the bottom there.
Oh yeah,
If I
easy.
zoom in more, then you lose that.
Just remember to buy some silver, some platinum, and some crystallized osmium. I said a while ago, if silver does run up the way it's things were looking, that even at $50 silver on a short term as it's running up is still a good buy, because if it's going way past its all time high, its last all time high was 50, and if you look at the past ratios, gold to silver, and you want to play those ratios again, $50 is still cheap silver. It's just not cheap to compare to what we're used to, but compared to what the new norm will be, $50 is still cheap, and it should go over that, and then you can resell it, and then when it hits its new all-time high and starts stabilizing back down, you can rebuy back in at whatever the new stable price is. But I say silver's still a buy up to 50. Try and stay on topic of silver. And as usual, I always like getting things for free. Gold, silver. Haven't found a way to get platinum for free yet. Well, actually, kind of sort of have, but same way I get silver for free. Is
I think if you're worked at an auto recycling place, that's a good way to get platinum.
Yeah, true that.
Hey, Ann, it's good to see Ann Garvey here. I'm gonna provide a special treat for you guys. I'm gonna add
Cookies and milk
my
for everyone
price
in the
of
chat.
I'm gonna add the trading price of gold and platinum to this chart as well. So it won't show the actual prices, but it'll show the percentage for context, and then I can come back to this later. But let's just highlight one more time that we did hit 39, and we actually went as high as 39.06, maybe 39.07. Let's zoom right in on that before we add platinum.
It'd be that.
This is breaking. This is breaking news, folks. This is a 14-year high for silver. Yes,
Coming
indeed.
to you from the Canadians. Oh, I see it go up. Canadians' finest news network, JM's Unleashed. Also a dog walking specialist.
Professional, anyway.
Specialist as a
I do the
professional.
best.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That is more than a 14-year all-time high. It hit 39.07.
It looks to me like it's got a lot of momentum, and like I don't want to be a pumper, and I certainly would not encourage people to go on head over heels into silver right now. Always wait for a pullback, but yeah, it looks to me like it's melting up. Let's zoom out again, and then I'll add gold and platinum to it as well. But we've got that nicely documented breaking through 39. Melt up, folks. Let's make it a little fatter here.
Yes, I actually did a report on that about a month or two ago, Mike Herrera, about the Cascadias. Not only are they moving, but there's also one of the largest freshwater reservoirs up underneath them, and that should either amplify and or not amplify different types of seismic activity. So there could be seismic activity that large water reservoir up underneath the Cascadians could
buy low, hold high. 710 disagrees with me. Now, like, I totally agree with 710. If you are a trader and you're trading paper, buy low, sell high. But when it's the physical, I would discourage people from doing that, because when you've got the physical, you've actually got it in your hands. And I'll just leave it at that. And I'm going to add gold and platinum here now.
That's where it's hard to have a conversation with a whole bunch of people, because not everyone is a day trader, a swing trader, a long-term investor.
Right.
You have so many different aspects in your chat that anytime you say anything, you're going to go against one of many other types of investing or trading strategies. Long-term, short-term, overnight, 5-minute, penny stocks, investment stocks, derivative payouts. You know, there's so many different avenues. So you have to kind of be as vague as possible. On my channel, that's why I try and specify on things. So, it knocks that kind of possibilities out, because you can look at the same charts and see lots of different things depending on your perspective.
Yeah. That's right. People are coming from it. Like, really, traditionally, investing was all about building a business yourself, right? Like, you're going to invest in yourself, invest in your own business, and then bring on partners potentially. That's what investing is about. This sort of thing isn't really an investment. And, like, I don't even really look at trading as investing, because it's not. Like, to me, investment is long-term. Trading is short-term, and I'm not digging on or ripping on it at all, but I think it's two completely different strategies.
100% different mindsets when doing it also as well, because you can't have the mindset of an investor and be a trader, and you can't even have the mindset of a trader and do swing trading, and you can't even have the mindset of a swing trader to do day trading. So they're all different mindsets, because each one of them has their own sets of rules that you have to follow to be able to prosper in. And you've got to, it's like people oversimplify it. That's why most people lose, basically. And you got to understand perspective of each and every one of them. I give and I had someone, Doug C. Coins, who's like, I'd never invest in penny stocks. I discourage it. I was like, right on, cool. Everyone's got a different perspective. I push to penny stocks because of their fundamentals and the chart. And one of them's up, fucking guys. Everyone who's invested in one of them is up 25%. And hasn't gone below breaking even. They haven't been in the red; they've been in the green. So, and it hasn't even started to run.
So one thing I noticed I got to switch here is the color coding on here.
There you go. 710 just explained why he has his perspective, and that's a good one to have, my man.
Yeah, I know you guys don't see gold on there yet. I'll switch that right now.
It says if you've saved your whole life and you're old and it's high, sell it and enjoy. And that means he probably bought it a lot less than 20. So hell yeah, enjoy that doubling plus. It's called profit margin. You could actually probably sell half your stack and only get your money back.
Okay, so now we're going to look really short term here. This is July 14th trading right now. Silver is leading the way, but platinum is up, and so is gold as well. On the very, very short term. And if we look out long haul, there's back to the beginning of 2024. Oh yeah, 710, right. And so I agree with you on that completely. Yeah, if this is what you were saving for, this is a great opportunity to get out. Uh,
Yeah, and it's a perfect example of the different
yeah.
perspectives.
Sorry, I missed that because I was on the other tab changing the color there. And I should actually make that a little more orange, shouldn't I? The yellow doesn't show up very nice.
I actually don't even see yellow on there.
But,
Barely. I barely see it now that you mentioned it.
okay. Yeah, it's because it's a white background. Let's see if that's better. Is that better?
Yeah. Not really. A little bit.
Okay, why don't I make it red? I'll make it red. That'll be easy to see.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that or orange. Yeah, that one there. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we'll switch.
Well, I have some. I don't have good vision anymore. I actually have to wear glasses to read and stuff. So if it gets to where I can see it, I guarantee other people with half blind will be able to see it.
I'm so grateful. I still have really good vision. I'd say probably 9 out of 90% good vision and probably 70 to 80% good hearing.
Oh, my hearing's gotten better. My eyes, I've lost probably 15%.
Your hearing's got better.
Yeah, I started wearing earplugs like once, at least once a month. I'll wear earplugs overnight, working on the principle of a hearing deprivation, meaning that if your ears have to actually work to hear a noise, they like fine tune, and then when you pull the earplugs out the next day, it's like a resetting of the receptors in your ears for better hearing kind of thing. It's like a sound deprivation. It's like turning off the speakers for a night and then giving them a rest. It's like a reset.
Gotcha.
And I found I'm hearing sounds that most people are missing. Like and it's kind of drives me crazy actually. There's this one beep 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 beep. Sounds like a fire alarm going off, and it's like 3 doors fucking down. It's because the lady doesn't know how to cook. and even the neighbors next to her don't hear it. But here I am 3 doors down, and I hear it, and it drives me fucking
like a
crazy.
truck backing up
So
or something.
having, yeah, not as loud, but yeah, the fire alarm sounds from these little home smoke detectors aren't that loud, but yeah, it's a similar sound. Trucks backing up because of insurance purposes, they have to be loud.
I have to zoom that out a bit because that banner is hiding it. This is a good test, though.
Tell you what, work is going to start picking up big time. I suggest people get prepared. There's going to be a lot of work in along the rivers and canals and ocean fronts and ports. And if you have your TWIC card, TWIC card, it opens you up for security to be able to go get those kind of jobs. And they'll be pretty high paying jobs. Now, I heard another discussion today in Congress about the Shipbuilding Act. Clubs are wasting money, Mike. You can buy silver instead of lap dance. And if you think about it, what'll last longer? I mean, you sit there, look at a girl spend money, and it's gone that night. Or you can go home and buy a piece of silver. You can look at it for years. And if you're smart, the silver will get you exchanged because you'll go further with that silver than that girl. You'll be able to touch the silver. Touch that girl, you get slapped.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
Oh, I was engaged to a dancer. Trust me.
Yeah. Frequently, they're already taken and spoken for.
Oh, big time. Most of them are.
Kind of like a. I better not say it. I was going to say kind of like a contract on silver. You know, for every one physical, there's how many that have claims.
Yeah.
Right?
When they go on stage, they turn into paper contracts.
There you go. Thank you for articulating that for me. It's getting late here on the East Coast, guys. It is. Let's go a little longer term, and then we'll go short term and bring it back to just silver. But look at that, folks. Like here, I want to switch this view. Here. Okay, so you can see by the banner running along the bottom there, the purple's the platinum. It's been underperforming since it shows up on this chart.
Big time.
2005. But
Yep.
look at this, gold and silver have come back to par. If you look at gold and silver, you could have bought the same dollar amount. You could have bought $100,000 worth of silver or gold at the beginning of January 1991 and just bought it and held it till now, and you'd be at almost the exact same point. Look at that. In gold, you'd be up a little more, 807%, but in silver, you'd be at 783.
How long a time period?
Let's zoom back out. I think it was 91. Yep.
Okay.
From July of 91. So 34 years.
Yeah.
You're at the exact same point.
That's why I advocate a diversity of asset classes, because in the energy market, there's several stocks that I have spoken of that in 13 months have gotten over 800%.
So now, what I'm wondering, tell me your opinion on this, Neil. When you look in here, silver really outperformed gold, and they met again around 2016. Do you think that that's kind of like back here in 2003, where they sort of met, and then silver
Went
just
above gold.
blew it away? Like, do you think it's gonna absolutely blow it away now?
Short answer and long answer. Short answer, yes. Long answer, yes.
Now, when we
I
go
had to
back
stretch yes out to make it
further
up.
to 1960, gold has smoked silver. Look at that.
What happened in
Silver could get
1933 with gold and silver?
uh, when?
1933. That's the only time that gold was reevaluated in price. How did silver react to gold's reevaluation? Did it follow suit with the increase, or did it take a while to pick up, or what? I'm interested in that because I'm hearing more talk from more places of the gold reevaluation, and I'm trying to figure out what impact it could have on the other precious metals. And the only
We'll
thing
see.
you can look at for a possible impact is what happened back in 1933, the only time we know of that they've done that on paper to see a chart for which we can look at.
We'll take a look at it.
What's up, John Camper?
Hey, John, it's good to see you. We'll go back to
It's,
1933 and take a look.
yeah, I'm sorry about that, but it's a question I have because I'm seeing a lot more YouTubers talking about resetting gold, and they're actually giving prices of like 20,000, which tells me that either all of them are coming up with the same bullshit number, or someone put some sort of figures together somehow, and everyone's hopping on that number, which was 20,000. So if that happens, that's like 7 times what it is now. It wasn't that bad in 1933, but we could still get a correlation of what silver did after the reevaluation of gold by just taking a look at it, And there it is right there. 1935, right before that great big jump up. And so silver followed. Yeah, silver followed gold. It's right there, that's straight up. That was the
Yep.
33 gold revaluation.
That
So,
there's actually
so silver,
1964. This is 1933 back here.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. That right there, that's the gold reevaluation, right? 33.
So it jumped
Yeah, so
70%.
silver pretty much followed gold. So silver went up pretty much exponentially as gold did for its
Let's
price.
see. We'll have it start at that point. We'll have it start at 1933.
But silver farce took over gold after. So yeah, no, silver definitely will take gold again. Historically, it
That's it
shows
right
that.
there. That's
After
1932
yeah,
to
after
1967. Silver blew away gold.
yeah, yeah, it's going to happen again. So everyone, like I said, $50 silver is still cheap. Everyone, it sounds like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but in 1 year you'll agree with me. I'm making that call off of this. This is why I wanted to bring it up to you.
Okay.
This is the last time gold was reevaluated. What did silver do? It outpaced it for years.
I got to get this thing back. I want to bring it back to current.
I'm sorry, James. I didn't mean to do that to you.
That's all right. Let's just refresh this. I think I confused the chart. Okay, so now we've.
That's right. I confused you, so it's all good.
I'm good.
Right
I'm
on.
good. So we've. And it's still holding 39. It's 39.01.
Now you know how you can tell where it's going to bottom. Do you know how to do Fibonacci?
Well, I know about lower lows and lower highs, and higher lows and higher highs.
Okay.
And I know about standard deviation, beta, um, various ways that they calculate like standard deviation, and other ways they calculate
You need to
alpha.
go to a chart
all the
base that always has
correlation.
uh,
I do know that stuff.
aids. There's this a Fibonacci scale that once you learn to use it, it's very accurate in determining what should happen if you add in the realism of what's going on and follow the Fibonacci scale, it's pretty accurate on the up or down trending chart.
Yeah, and you know what? I can put those indicators in there. Like,
Oh, that's how you pull it up? Okay.
it's not showing Fibonacci in there, but
Yes, there's several charting systems that doesn't add. It doesn't give
this
those
is my favorite
features.
one right
Yeah,
here. Is excuse me, moving averages. Okay, so we're gonna put a couple moving averages in here, which is I forget who it was that was saying, sometimes you got to sell, but you can use these moving
yeah,
averages
200-day
to
moving.
strategically decide when is a really good time to buy and when is a really good time to sell. And I'll show you right here. I've done this before, but you never know. New people may show up. So I'm doing a length of 200. And I'm going to, on the other one, I'm going to do a length of 50. And I want to change the color of the other one. This can help you optimize your buying and your selling strategies for an asset like physical gold or physical silver, possibly physical platinum too. And we want to move this to the daily. And so this is what I would say here is when the price is below. So let me highlight this. The red line.
Mhm.
I better change blue just to make it easy for everyone. Okay, so the blue line is silver. The red line is the 50-day moving average, and the green is the 200-day moving average. And so I would say if you are in a position where you're wanting to buy and accumulate, you wait for the price to be below both the 50 and the
Pretty
200.
much.
And if you're in a position where you need to sell or you're desirous of selling, you wait. You don't sell when it's below those two, and you try not to sell when it's in between. So like, when it's in between the two, it's kind of like a 50-50 gamble. But when it's above both, that would be an optimal time to skim out some. And when it's below both, that's an optimal time to add some. And if we zoom out, this is just silver, but you can do this with gold too.
You said Death Cross?
You'll see, like this is going back 5 years.
There's several of them.
That's right. You could have bought here. You could have bought here, where it's below both. Here, 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 and here.
You know what the Death Cross is, right?
It means the momentum's shifting.
Yeah, go to the 2004, like before July, a little bit further out. That
Yeah.
right there. Zoom in on that right there, that
Yeah.
area of the chart. You see how the green and the red intersected? That's either a Death Cross or Golden Cross. After that, you see the blue went up. Typically, when a feature like that happens, and you see it at a couple occasions, every time it's crossing, it's indicator of an upward or a downward momentum known as a Death Cross and a Golden Cross, each of them having their own meanings and having their own technical points behind them that you can determine a downward or upward action. And that's what the crossing of the green and the red lines means. When they cross, it's either a Death Cross or a Golden Cross. If you learn technicalities of chart reading, you'll be able to determine which one it is. It can also help determine your buying or selling.
And I recognize that. Um, the thing that I wanted to add here is in any given year, there's multiple optimal times to buy and multiple optimal times to sell, potentially. Certainly, when we look at this time period, I already showed at least 5 to 7 clear buying opportunities in 5 years. And then when it's above the red and the green, which is the 50-day and the 200-day moving average, those are optimal times to sell. So I'm not the type of person to say I can predict the future, but what I can do right now is say now is not an optimal time to buy, right? Because it's well above both there.
True that. True that. But
However,
now,
it
if you
wasn't that
go,
long ago, just right back here, March was an optimal time to buy. So it takes the emotions out of it, and that's something that I really like, and I think people should consider.
if you look to the left of that screen, where both of all the lines are the way you said, it's down at like 18 and it jumped up to like 25. So if you get a little better at the chart reading, it would still actually be a good time to buy, being above both of them. But you got to be a better at not only chart reading, but that's when you got to learn what's known as fundamentals of what's going on. And when it comes to precious metals, you have to add in geopolitics because the metals are coming from everywhere around the world. It's not quite like a stock chart where you're dealing with a company and they have contracts. When you're dealing with precious metals, you have hundreds of companies with hundreds of contracts with over 100 countries being mined for that mineral. So it's a little different context in the fundamentals, because in the fundamentals you got to look at the geopolitical. That's how I was able to know that, and I'm surprised I didn't tell everybody about Barrick Gold was going to stagnate because of what happened in the Sahel region when Burkina Faso reorganized their contracts for miners taking gold out of their country. Barrick Gold actually had the CEO of their African division held in prison for a little while over this squabble they had, and I knew it was going to affect Barrick's price. I'm surprised it took this long, actually. But their prices continue. It's probably going to go down because of that. Because if I remember correctly, I think Barrick gets 30% of the gold out of the Sahel region of West Africa. And they just have to give 20% more back to the nations in the Sahel region. So it was rather than giving 10% to the locals, now they got to give 30%. And that lowers the amount of gold that they have on their books that they're getting. So that lowers their stock price.
Sounds about right.
And that's where you got to look geopolitical when you're looking at stocks when it comes to gold, silver, platinum, and precious metals, because geopolitical has actually more effect on the stock price than the fundamentals and the charts.
I think we got some people lurking in the chat as well. Welcome in anyone that we didn't say hi to. If you have any requests on these charts at all, I'm going to keep this going for about another 10 or 12 minutes, so we'll keep it to a 1 hour live stream tonight. I've got the Words game tomorrow, which is similar to Scrabble, 5 p.m. Eastern. So I say we wind this down over the next 10, 12 minutes.
What's up, Gerald and C4?
Yeah, appreciate everybody. We're taking requests now. Now, Neil just sent me a private message saying that if anyone has any karaoke song requests for him, just let us know.
I also forgot to tell him my computer just got hacked.
Yeah, good response. Yeah, no, I was kidding, guy.
No.
Here, let's read Gerald's comment. Gerald's a smart guy. Yes, March was the time to buy, but not now. It is time to hold and accumulate. As after Bitcoin retracts and alts climb, then it's time to sell and swap. See, so Gerald's more of a trader. Uh,
It's no, he's into crypto and that market. At this point of time in the evolution of that market, which is a 4 year cycle, it's time for more of a swing trade and trade type attitude rather than accumulate longer term, as meaning 2 to 3 years. We're in a halving cycle, and what you got to look for in crypto was you look more as an indicator for the alts and also for BTC going up, is you look at the dominance indicator, and as it peaks, you want to already have finished buying any of your personal altcoins that you did your own research to make sure it's a good project and will go up. And as Bitcoin's dominance starts dropping, that means the money's flowing into altcoins. The altcoins are, it's like silver. They're cheaper, so that when they go up 100%, it can actually go up 100% in a couple of seconds. To where BTC going up 100%, that's quite a bit, going from 100,000 to 200,000. So everyone is excited about the alt season, and that occurs after BTC hits its all-time high and starts losing its dominance, or the investors start throwing their money into the smaller projects. And during that time, you want to buy the altcoins or the stable coins that have uses and substance and are stable and good, projects. So that way, when BTC loses its dominance or the money starts flowing out of it into the altcoins, you can 5, 10, 20, 100x your money in a week or two. And that's the excitement of the crypto market. So it changes cycles as well, from a long-term trader to a swing trader to a day trader to trading by the second sometimes, depending on how in depth.
and those returns can be huge
But
if you're leveraging too. Right?
well, if you buy in early, like if you were getting, Ninja was talking about XCN. If for the past couple of months, if you'd have been loading up on XCN, you'd have been sitting sweet right now. Another good one right now to get into is this one called ZBCN, because it's going to come close, most likely, according to all of my uneducated, unfinancial opinion of non-advice. It has a chance of 100xing it this year. And yeah, it was ZBCN, for anyone who didn't catch that.
I wonder if we.
But yeah, and thing about that, $20 thrown at it can really do, you can really, depending on if it 5, 10, 20x's it, you can really see a substantial return on investment just on $20 to be able to get you excited enough to look into it, research it more. Happens every 4 years. It's cyclical. So basically, if you pay attention and accumulate for 3 years, every 4 years, you can make millions of dollars. It's that easy. Especially this year, Congress passed ISO 222. I suggest everyone research what that is and purchase those coins. If you get in early, you make more money. If you wait, you'll still make money, but not nearly as much. The adoption is coming very, very shortly, the initial stage of adoption. So everyone who's in will really profit. For those that aren't in, they'll see it, they'll jump in, and they will still profit, but not nearly as much as those that are already in.
I think so too, Gerald. I know a lot of the mutual fund companies, hedge fund companies are offering crypto products, where people can participate in the price action of the cryptos without actually. So it's all derivatives. And once you get that, and you get
Yep.
trillion-dollar institutional, well, multi-billion-dollar institutions, approaching trillion-dollar, trying to flood a moderately small market, look out. And I think the same thing could happen here with silver too.
Oh, it's going to.
You don't need too many entities that are worth, even say $20 billion raising their eyebrows and wanting to dip their feet into it because there's only 1 billion ounces mined per year. So even right now at 39, all it takes is $39 billion to buy the entire world's mining supply of silver.
And the funny thing about that is you can easily use that exact same mindset and know that there's only a 3-month supply of platinum that's above ground for use right now. So consider the squeeze differential and see why I push platinum. Because it's 30 times more rare than gold. Silver is only 7 times more rare.
It's true.
And the squeeze on platinum is so much more intense.
Okay, so it's recovered from that little drop. We're back up over 39 again. Let's put it on the 1 minute here.
Yeah, now you can see a top, a new top, and a possible sustained bottom or new low. When you talk about higher highs and higher lows, that's what you do right there. You find out, you go back and find out where the last high was, which you're almost at, and that right there, probably 39.7.
That's right.
Would probably be considered a new bottom for it to hold.
I wouldn't consider that. I wouldn't consider it a new bottom. I consider it a new place where it's like letting the reins go on the horse, and it can potentially run again. To me, the next new bottom or stop along the way is 38.90, right in here, right in here. But really, like, to be honest, folks, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, you'd have to go further back.
I wouldn't be surprised if it drops back down to 35 at some point. Like,
yeah, it's going to.
It is volatile. Let's go a little longer term again. It is volatile, and there's always going to be buying opportunities and selling opportunities.
Shit, 36 looks like a good bottom. Also 34-ish.
I want to go longer term so you can get context. See, to me, the trajectory is going along here, but really it goes back further.
Trajectory is unsustainable.
It goes further than that. It goes back to here, which was the ultimate low, right? From the last time it was higher than it is now was 14 years ago. It was September of 2011.
Yeah, but what you don't want to do is you don't want to take a perspective of so far back and chart it from that on newer price actions looking at all-time high, because you're going to get different type of price action because of the cap and handle action of the precious metals market. 14 years ago, we were still coming up. So you're going to get a false indicator of an upward action, and it won't be an accurate short-term indicator. So when you do that type of charting, you want to take, like, say, a 14-day chart, a 2-week chart, or a 1-week chart, and do that analysis on it.
Yeah, for short term.
Not a 14-week chart. Well, yeah, you really can't apply that to the long term, is what I'm saying. I mean, you can, but it's not
what
right.
do you mean? I just did.
Let me. What was your point again? I might have misconceived what you were trying to.
Just that we're breaking through a new all-time high here, and with a lot of institutional money flooding in, and people perking up to it, and that it really only would take 39 billionaires, and there's thousands of them out there. It only take 39 of them to buy the entire world's mining supply.
I totally agree, and that is unchartable.
That's right. Yep, absolutely.
Unless you want to go back to 1981, when 2 billionaires did that exact same thing. in which case you'd have to go back a lot more than 14 years because you'd have to go back to the year that last time billionaires tried that, which is the Hunt Brothers 1981.
Hey, Blackwatch, it's good to see you.
That's exactly what they did. They tried to corner the market and buy all the silver.
Yeah. And
So you'd have to take that chart back to 1981 and if you were working that theory.
I can do it, man. I've got the technology. 1981.
You have the power, JM. I have faith in you, baby. Bring it on.
Okay, so
Bring
you're
us some
talking
technical
about
know-how
that
with
peak
that chart.
in 1982.
Yeah, that's when the Hunt brothers got busted and were forced to sell and went to jail because they were cornering the market on the platinum, which is exactly
That's
what
this
you,
first
or
peak
excuse me,
here.
silver, which is exactly
So then, what explains this? What
exactly.
explains the second peak? What explains this?
Uh,
Financial crisis in 2000.
that one's irrelevant. It wasn't. You see the thickness of the high. It took longer to get up there, and it took longer to come down. That wasn't a single event. The Hunt brothers was a single event. That's why it was such a small shoot up and a small shoot down on that last chart comparatively to the what was it 19 what was it
81ish.
what was it 81ish, yeah, 83ish, something like
Back
that
here.
was the next spike. I don't know exactly why that happened, but from that, if you look at that right there, you see how it's like a 1 day up, 1 day down on the Hunt Brothers thing on the 1981,
Yeah.
and then on the other one, it took like a month of action to see it, which means it was more of a fundamental up and down, or inflation, something
Well,
like that.
let's.
But I'm not 100% sure.
We'll take a look. Yeah, you're right. We're looking at it. So each point on this graph represents 1 week. And this is where it went from, say, around $8 an ounce in 1979 to 48 in 1980. And so you're right. It jumped from 28 to 36 in 1 week, and then it opened the next week at 41. So overnight, literally, it jumped $4.
Massively.
Yeah. And then it went up to 48, and then the next week it was back down to 35. So it had that.
Yeah, the Fed stepped in and threw him in jail.
It had that.
That red line is a historical marker when the Fed stepped in and threw the Hunt brothers in jail, and that's what happened to the price of silver that day.
And then the next one that we had that spiked like that.
It took months.
Where did it go?
It was a month, 2 month build up, 3 months afterwards. So it took like almost half a year.
The same here. It's still
months.
plotting weekly. Doesn't like charts is going to be driven nuts by this live stream, but whatever. So what I see here is on the weekly basis, it melted up on a much more slower trajectory the second time, but it got slammed down like mofo fast and hard.
Yeah, it had a double dead cat bounce.
In 1 week, it went from 50 down to 35. I did that the right.
Yeah, but how many weeks was that comparatively?
A lot more weeks on the way up.
About 5 or 6 times.
A lot more weeks on the way up.
That shows more of a natural market cycle, not such a radical like
that's
that
one. That's the best I can show it. That's the first silver squeeze, shall we say?
Yeah, that's unnatural.
And then the second one, it actually looked like it was going to go, and then it hiccuped, right? And then it really took off, but yeah, not quite as erratic.
So if 39 people did it, the same thing would happen. It would be an instant up, instant down, sideways action.
Yeah.
It would fuck the whole market up.
So this is current now. I'm going to end this live stream just showing a 1 year chart of silver. So we'll go from July of 24, 24 to July of 25.
Since so, let me say, here's an idea. I know a guy. He had just bought several pallets of I think it's like 15 solar panels per pallet. You can get them for like $25 for 15 solar panels on a pallet. They're used. Some of them might be broken. They sell them all damn day long. There is 20 grams of silver in each solar panel. So at damn near $40 an ounce, you're looking at about $30 worth of silver per solar panel, and you can get 15 of them for $25. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Can you please repeat that?
You can buy used solar panels for an average. There's an average of 10 or 15 of them per pallet, and the price goes between $15 to $25 per pallet, which means $15 to $25 will get you 10 to 15 used solar panels. Who gives a fuck if they work? Each solar panel has 20 grams of silver in it. That silver at $40 an ounce, 32 grams an ounce. That means there's $25 of silver in each one of the 10 or 15 solar panels you just bought for $15 or $25 for 10 or 15 of them. Meaning you can 10x your money, easy, maybe 15x it.
Gotcha.
That's the better moves to make if you want to make money on silver. And you don't have that much money.
Yeah.
Go find out. They're selling them. I know down a lot of companies like Siemens, a lot of other companies, they'll sell their old solar panels cheaper than shit. Like I said, one of my fellow moderator on the Economic Ninja, Pete Sasquatch, he just bought like 10 pallets of them, cost him like $300 for like 150 freaking old solar panels. Each one of them has 20 grams of silver in it. People don't literally understand the recyclable value of silver in some of these products they're getting rid of. So a lot of people still aren't taking this market seriously. So you can still find good deals because of people's ignorance.
I think it's tough to recover, but I wanted to say hi to Blackwatch. We've got Blackwatch on the panel. How's it going?
Hello. What? Is this CD Max or what? I'm staring.
This is Restream. This is Restream.
Oh, Restream. Yeah, I remember that. That was a long time ago. Anyway, did I get the camera off or did I? I don't.
It's okay. Your volume's a little low. If you can turn your volume up a bit, that would help.
Wait a minute.
Or if you can get closer to the microphone. But just so you know, I am gonna shut this down fairly soon. But I definitely wanted to let you talk.
No, I can remember when I was first married, gold was $34 an ounce. The guy
Yeah.
said to me, "She's a single guy, right? Shaved your beard off." I didn't even know who he was then. I said, "Congratulations, you're still living at home. I'm married. I make $60 gross a week. How am I going to do this?" You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, other than that, I didn't realize how late it was. But anyway,
Yeah,
it's
you
not
know-
like zero. So
I remember back before the year 2000, when gold was around 250 an ounce, and I was looking at precious metals stocks and gold mining stocks, and I was reading through, various different financial newspapers back then, and watching CNN with Maria Bartiromo, and people were just poo-pooing the idea that gold would ever. They were saying gold will never hit 500, and this was financial analysts saying that. So I hear what you're saying.
And that also proves they lie to you all the time.
Yeah.
well, the other thing is you never buy precious metal on paper, right? That's fool's gold right there. If you haven't got it in the safe deposit box, you ain't got it.
Yeah.
As far as gold goes, I'll never buy gold unless I can sell it for 3 times what I buy it for.
And the thing that's funny too is like spot price is based on buying a contract, which is buying a large amount, like buying thousands of ounces. So technically, if you're just buying one, it makes sense that you pay a little bit of a premium because you're not buying in bulk. So you're right. You do when you go to a precious metals dealer or a local coin shop, you're going to pay a little more than spot price. Sometimes a lot more, depending
Yeah.
on how much markup they've got. And when you go to sell, that changes all the time too. Recently, I've been hearing some in Europe right now are paying way over spot price for your silver, but in North America, most dealers are paying under spot. So it can really vary geographically too.
You know what I think about it? I haven't thought about it for a long time.
Yeah.
Basically, there was Toronto, right? Even though you're east or west or north of it, there was Toronto downtown. And you had numismatic and you had coin shows and you had all this and stuff. But one thing you looked on a wafer to make sure it was good was JM Jewelers. I just thought of that. Did you have a
Right.
jewelry that's just way back when? It would be stamped JM Jewelers.
Yeah. No, it's not, and I'm not associated. I guess there's a
No?
lot of like there's JM Schneider, there's JM Bullion, there's
Yeah.
JM like Johnson Matthey, but I'm none of those. I'm not, and there's JP Morgan,
You
which
didn't,
is
you didn't know
JPM, but I'm
you
not
didn't
associated
auction
with any of them.
you didn't auction off what was it, Charles and Cross collection when he finally died, and who was that before that was had the most rare coins in the world. The
No,
guy that
wasn't
wrote
me.
the Charlton wrote the Charlton guy. I
Wasn't
think.
me.
Yeah. I used to get uncounted bricks of bills. You pay a fee and you go looking for a replacement. But that died too, with boys and their toys. Nobody
Yeah,
had
yeah,
any.
yeah.
So when they went to numeric replacements instead of excellence, there was a guy, where was it? Sherbrooke, Quebec. He's a retired school teacher. Yeah, yeah, it's been a long time. Been a long time. I forgot about that. $34 an ounce for the
Yeah, that's way, way back when.
1972, maybe almost 73. I think
Sounds
about
about right.
yeah, yeah, it was. But anyway, yeah, just when you said it, it reminded me of that, what it once was. But I never found out if it was on paper, But knowing this guy, it probably wasn't. Probably was the actual bullion.
Hi, Pete.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, JM, I'm going to step
Yeah, I'm
down.
gonna shut this down too. I only intended for this to go about an hour, but I appreciate you coming up, Neil and Blackwatch. It's always good to see you. I appreciate you too. Lots of knowledge, and I hope to see everybody soon. It's getting late. I got to work early in the morning too, so sorry
Good
to be
night.
rude there. Yeah. Take care, everybody, and glad to report we hit $39 per ounce silver tonight. Ciao,
Okay,
guys.
take care, everybody. Good night.
Thanks again, everyone.
Good night.